click on account.
Wait.
And then click on.
We're live. We are live. Thank you for joining us on another episode of Thank you for joining us on another episode of the Roundtable Talk Show. No, I got your signal and I was like, y'all can't hear me. I be getting confused on the signals because I'm trying to get Dr. Picolya the link, introduce the show, and try to figure out what LB is saying all at the same time. I try to explain to people it's not easy being Sharifah Hardie. So LB, while we go ahead and take care of Dr. Picolya, why don't you go ahead and introduce the show?
That was funny. You threw me on the spot. Well, welcome to the Roundtable. We are freestyling it today. So those that are following us, will invite you in to speak. If you want to add to the shebang or add to what our conversation is today, please put it in your comments as well. Because again, we're happy to have you here. It is the Roundtable. I am one of your co-hosts, LyNea Bell, LyNea LB Bell. I am a founder of BH Talent and Literary Agency, amongst other things that I do, but super happy to talk to you about hot topics, what's going on. And Sharif, I'm gonna give it right back to you. Give us 1 second here. Oh, it's just me in here. Okay, what happened? Yeah, don't mind us. We're having some technical issues. Let me see if we have anything going on in the text. Hello, Michelle. We see you. We see you. Welcome to the Roundtable. Again, we're getting set up. We just had a couple of tech issues in the back, but we're gonna get things rolling in just a second. Wow, I can't wait to bring the ladies in. I want to hear their opinions on that Cat Williams conversation. Did anybody watch that interview? Yeah, hearts to you too, Michelle. But yeah, there's so many different things that I can't wait for us to discuss and roundtable. Elnora for governor. We should be with you in just a second. We're going to bring you in. We're just working out some kinks. So bear with us for a second.
Hi, LB.
Hi.
How you doing? How you doing out here by yourself?
Oh, I was doing good. I'm kind of used to it.
She's like
in this island. Oh, shoot. I want to make sure. Gotta make sure my shirt says blessed. It can't say lest, but it's blessed.
What are we talking about today? What are we talking about?
You want to talk about Cat Williams? You want to talk about Cat Williams? No. Doesn't fit her thing.
You can't do that like right now. We gotta wait. You just no. Okay.
Well, I asked the audience.
We gotta we gotta get ready for that. So we gonna talk about. Did you see the one I sent you this morning? Speaking of Cat Williams.
I'm going to watch that actually once we're done. I didn't get a chance to. I had meetings all morning since 6 o'clock this morning, so I did not get a chance to watch it.
LB, why were you working? Why were you trying to work instead of watch Cat Williams like the rest of the world? Yeah, you and Dr. Picolya be working too hard.
I have a ministry, so I'm on my ministry from 6:30 a.m. and until the Lord releases us, and the Lord released us a little bit later. So that's on Clubhouse, Monday through Friday, 6:30 a.m. to usually we say 8, but it's when the Lord releases you. And we are talking about witchcraft and a Jezebel spirit. So that was interesting
Hi,
today.
Dr. See, before we get into the witchcraft and the conversation, because Dr. McCall, I know, was like, what did I just walk in on? All I asked is, did you see the Cat Williams interview? And she said, I was on my ministry and we were discussing witchcraft. I'm trying to bring you up to date.
No. She forgot a point, Dr. Picolya. She said, LB, you're like Dr. Picolya. What y'all be doing at 6 o'clock in the morning? Then I led into what my day looked like. You missed a spot, just so you know, you missed a piece. There was
my story sound better though.
Yeah, of course. You're Sharifah, that's why.
Absolutely.
Say it again. Say it again.
Good afternoon, Dr. Picolya. How are you doing?
I'm very well. Hi, ladies. How are you? I'm looking to hop into this witchcraft, Cat Williams, whatever conversation we're having.
All I was saying was
That's
talking.
What LV said. She said, we have to.
What?
We got to discuss Cat Williams. And I said, no, not without Dr. Picolya. We cannot even have this conversation until we get Dr. Picolya on this show. Because we got to talk about it. We got to talk about it on the Roundtable Talk Show. I'm just saying.
Absolutely. I was recently, informed about it. And I did the short version, the 35-minute one where he's just getting to the point. I couldn't make it through the 2.5 hour one. But, I'm up to date. So I'm ready.
I watched LB and I watched it together. And the reason I had to spend 3 hours of my life watching this interview is because clips, 2-minute clips, 3-minute clips kept popping up on my timeline. And when you get a version of something or a small snippet of something, like LB just demonstrated a portion of a story, you go, wait a minute, what happened? And I was like, no, I got to understand this from point A to point Z because I'm confused.
Yeah.
Well, actually what happened is when I stopped by, she had it on and I was like, no, rewind it. I think you were like 15, 20 minutes in. I was like, no. Let's start all over. Let me get it from the beginning. So thank you for that. So we started from the beginning.
Yes. So I watched that one. And then I watched the one that he did with Willie D. And I posted that one on my social media. I didn't share the one Cat Williams did on Shay Shay Club. But what was interesting about this second interview to me was the change in his energy, the change in Cat Williams' energy. When he was at the Shay Shay Club, he was up, he was laughing, he was joking, he was on his feet, he was talking, But then on Willie D, I think he came back to clarify. And so he was calmer. He was a lot calmer.
Yeah, I didn't see the other one, the Willie D one, but just the one that I did see. I know people are like, whoa, like he just kind of went in and, blah, blah, blah. But one thing I think we miss as a collective of society is that whole the wise man who says, don't argue with a fool because people from afar can't tell who's who. And everyone is like, oh, Cat's, doing this. And then he has to go back and be like, no, you started it though. But he's a finisher. And I relate a lot to him in that regard where I'm not going to bother people. I'm not going to say anything, but I am going to finish it. Like if you start it, I'm going to end it. And then everyone's like, you didn't have to go that hard. But there's only one way to slay the dragon. You don't cut the dragon's tail off. You cut the dragon's head off. And then we're never having this discussion again. I am not, the one, you know what I'm saying? You're going to try, not me. Right. So it's just one of those things. No.
I gained a lot more. I won't say I never did respect him. So that was never a thought, but my respect level in that Shay Shay interview grew because it was so much God. It was when he was standing, he was like, nah, y'all don't understand who this is. Like, you know what I mean? And that I love, because again, it's always a conflict in the industry, if you will, and the coursing of certain type of situations that people can be led astray into. But he was standing up for well-being. He was standing up as a protector as well. So I garnered a lot more respect for him, and I didn't realize what a genius. I mean, reading that, like that prodigy of a child he was, I was like, what? I did not, because I've never really looked into much of Cat Williams, because he wasn't my client, so I didn't need to know it. But anyway, there's another story. But the thought process for that, I gained a lot more, and I saw him as a businessman, not just a showman, because the industry is about show, right? But it showed business. There's a business aspect to it, and he showed his business acumen, and that I was like, go Cat, go Cat, go Cat, making that bread. Because it's easy to talk about stuff, but can you walk it? Can you actually do it? Are you talking your walk? And he was throwing bolos.
I agree. I saw the same thing. I saw the aspect about God. I saw the aspect about the business. I love the humorous way that he told it. He, did name a lot of names, but sometimes the truth hurt. Like, I had no idea. Obviously, none of us had any idea about the original script having the rape scene in it. I was like, wait, because I'm like, what is he even talking about? And then I had to understand. I even watched Ice Cube's response, and they explained it different. But yes, there was originally, he would have been raped in that movie. So to have a Black man make a stand and say, you know what, I am not doing it. I thought that was incredible.
Right. Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree.
Dr. McCall, you are so calm today. Did Sunday wear you out? Dr. McCall is like, yes, I'm listening.
No, I agree. This discussion has been, on every timeline and in every room since it, made its debut to us. So I'm like, yeah, like, it's just having the same conversation again. So I'm like pretty much listening with different ears, because I haven't had the conversation with the both of you, but every time I get a different perspective from what somebody's saying and what someone's pulling out. But in this episode that he had, many people are talking about the very same thing. Sometimes it's nothing left up to interpretation. That's what I do like about it. It's just straight facts. Like, this person said this, so here's the rebuttal. Like, here's the other story. Now you can go and check your facts, and the internet goes and pulls up all these other pieces. So in having that conversation, what I can appreciate about the way
they call them receipts.
Right. It cannot be debated. Like, you can't, like you said,
right.
You can't, I don't know why liars lie. Right? Like, you
I
cannot.
love that part. That was my part.
I love it's true. Was on his responses too. Did you notice that he wasn't quick to respond? Time and the response, and I love that, because a lot of people react, and there was no reaction. He thought about what he was saying, was being very careful on how he responded, and I thought that was awesome as well.
Yeah. So, and I mean, like Shay offering up the platform for the response. What else? And people are like, oh, you are starting this, or you're being messy. But it's like, when you come on to a platform and put your information out there, or a story, you're setting yourself up for someone to respond to. So I think that's another thing, is just, it was great. I loved it. I love a good truth teller.
Yeah, facts.
I do too. And facts are fact, but I agree, because people have accused me of being messy. But I'm one of those people that if you come and you tell me something, I'm going straight to the source, and that's what, again, like you said, the internet allows us to do, to voice our opinions, and to go back to, okay, well, what really happened? And and I love the internet. Like, this is the best time to be alive, because some of the videos, Dr. Picolya, did you see the video with what was that, LB? Cat Williams as
or was a wrestler?
What was that? What was the man's name? No, the singer. I can't remember it now. LB, she got to be my memory, because I can't remember it.
Singer,
and he said, I sent you the video. I refuse to let you lie. Never mind. I get it.
You know what? Hardie, I want to ask you about something and discuss something about the term messy, right? And that the term, how it's spun and used when somebody is taking, like, for instance, they're like, oh, Shay Shay's being messy, or Cat Williams is being messy, right? And I'm like, when I'm hearing those things, I'm like, how is that messy? Messy is someone who is bringing up something out of nowhere just to start conflict, right? Versus, I don't think it's messy, and how it's different from gossip. Gossip and messy are supposed to be, you know, how those two terms relate. But in the sense of just speaking facts about facts, like I wouldn't say, you know, that's messy. So you often hear people like, oh, they're being messy. Like, no, like, are they gossiping? Are they lying? Are they saying, hey, tell me a story and I'll promise not to tell anyone, and then go and tell someone? That's messy. You know what I mean? But there was no indication of like, oh, I'm not supposed to repeat this, or someone told me something in confidence or in private, or I'm telling someone else's complete personal business that has nothing to do with me or the person I'm sharing it with is messy, you know?
Yeah, no, excellent point, because I'll give you an example. Two friends of mine, I just so happened to, you know, I was going through this situation and I just so happened to be on the phone with one of them. And the other friend sent that friend a text about me. Then the friend reads me the text and says, out of respect for me, don't repeat this to her. And I'm like, but wait a minute, she could see you a text about me and I'm supposed to be like, oh, let me not say nothing because I'm not supposed to breach. No, forget all of that. I'm not, that's not who I am. If you want to talk about me, then we about to have a whole conversation about me. And that's why I did agree with Cat Williams in 2024. Even my dad said to me that 2024 is us as a people moving into the fifth dimension. You know, and the fifth dimension is about clarity. It's about transparency. It's about honesty. It's about truth. It's about authenticity. You know what I mean? People are tired of the old ways. People are tired of the lies. People are tired of games. And the thing about it is, and again, Cat Williams said it on today's interview, or the interview with Willie D, is that prior to this, when a comedian told a joke, let's just talk about comedians, the world didn't necessarily see that joke. So that person in that small town is going to see that joke, but nobody else is going to know. So you could tell it and tell it and tell it and tell it, and nobody's going to know. But now with the internet, once you tell it and once you see it and other people start telling it, you can look back and say, okay, well, this is the first time I've seen it. This is the first time I've heard it.
Right.
If that makes sense.
No, it makes tons of sense. I saw something where Bernie Mac was addressing that. Did you see that?
Yes,
clip?
I shared that. I shared that.
Right. Don't go telling your jokes around some established comedian like myself. And I think as we're watching Cat, and how many years has it been? Like, we have to think about that, and how people had or did not have access to the internet or to comedians telling jokes in like one private city and someone watching, and then someone having a larger platform to go and steal it, you know, and use it. Right. So even as you're saying, about comedians and telling jokes, and how that has shifted in with new sensitivities, like the jokes Richard Pryor and Eddie Murphy were telling you, they cannot say today. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost like comedians have to come out, and not even just comedians. This happens in general, like people having conversations. Everyone has to start the conversation off with like a disclaimer, like, you know, I'm not talking to you, but it doesn't mean that this is not for you. And I'm not being exclusive, but I'm just not including you, before we can even like have a conversation. Like, that is something that drives me absolutely crazy, is the over sensitivity, I think, of people in general, whether it's different particular groups, whatever it is. I think as a society, we are extremely sensitive, like, and can't even laugh, or every joke is inappropriate. But yet we have TV shows that are extremely inappropriate that market suicide, sex, rape over and over again, but we can't tell a joke. It never matches for me.
Well, there's a generalization. I like with him and listening to him, but there's a generalization, I think, that we often do, and we put everybody under the same category thought process, right? As opposed to seeing them, like Kat explained, understanding his audience. So he knew what state he was going to, what city he was going to. So he understood from traveling abroad, right? Understood the audience and what could be said, what could not. But that is doing work. That is really understanding instead of just assuming everybody's going to understand because who you are. No, I've seen hilarious people in one area and they'll do that same thing in a different area and it's flat. It's a man, because again, they didn't do the homework or they didn't have an understanding. Motivational speakers, same thing, right? Audience across the board. We can't just generalize everybody. You actually have to understand who it is and who your audience is and where you can speak truthfully, if you will, or your truth. And then it becomes a matter of rewording that same thought process, right? Because that's what you were explaining, rewording it so it can be received, right? But again, that goes back to understanding your audience.
Absolutely.
But I also think in addition to understanding the audience, that's an excellent point. It's about a lot of it is just about being truth. I mean, just truth. Because I think in the past, especially the last few years, so many people refuse to really tell their 100% truth because there was this fear of being canceled. You know what I mean? If I say this, then they're going to take me off the TV shows. They're going to cancel me from the network. They're going to, ruin my life. They're going to, blackball me. That was really where we are. Just, I'll give you another example. Donald Trump. They kicked Donald Trump off of Twitter, right? So Donald Trump creates truth. And it's because people are really honestly being tired of being censored and not being able to say what they want to say. And they realize, okay, well, if this platform is not going to allow me to speak freely, then I'm going to go over to this platform. I'm going to build my own website and say what I have to say directly to the people, because there's no longer a need to go through the media to get to the people or to go through Hollywood to get to the people.
Yeah.
Okay, I see that. I think in different arenas is different circumstances. That's what I'm going to say. But I agree with you on the truth.
Mm-hmm.
I totally agree. But sometimes your truth might not be what I'm signed up for, right? So there's different ways to think about that. But we are in a creative stance where everybody is creating their own thing. When you talked about Hollywood or getting canceled off of shows, if you got hired for a situation or hired for a project, they hired you for this. That is what you got hired for. So the moment you decide to go outside of that hiring aspect, yeah, it can get canceled, because that's not what it was built upon. And so I love where he was like, I don't need them. I make my own money this way. They need me. So he created a culture, or he created his system so he can make sure that he was taken care of and not relying off of other people to take care of him. And I love how he reversed that thought process. When you're begging to get hired for the network, you're contracted with them for the way they want you to do their show, their network, so forth. You're taking their money. You're doing what they asked you to do. Mm-hmm. If you're self-reliant, you ain't got to do that.
Right.
It's black and white.
No, I'm not disagreeing with you in any form or fashion, LB. But what I want to add to what you're saying is that never before, you own your own network. You know what I mean? So that's a prime example of how far we've come for a Black woman. And I have my own TV network. So for two Black women to have their own networks, that's a direct result of the times we are living in. Prior to that, they didn't have an opportunity to have these networks. So they were more controlled than they are in 2024. So now, yes, even if somebody is on your network, LB, and you decide that you only want people who wear bananas on their head to be in shows on your network, that is the terms of that network. So with so many people having direct communication with their audience, it makes it easier for them to say, okay, well, what is it that I want? What is my voice? What do I believe in? What do I want to say to my audience? Because when you say the definition or their truth, I love how Cat Williams kept saying repeatedly, that's why I was 3 hours, because he kept saying there is only the truth. You know what I mean? He said it's our side and the other side. Like so many people, and that's what I'm coming to, is like so many people over time will be like, well, that's her opinion, or no, it's the truth. It either is or it isn't.
There's no gray in that truth.
Yeah. I'm always like,
well, while we ponder, because I think we're pondering. So let's stop for a brief commercial break, and then we're going to be right back.
If you or someone you love is struggling with mental illness, finding the care and answers you need isn't always easy. Dr. Picolya McCall is here to help. A licensed psychologist with 18 years of experience helping families, caregivers, professionals, and individuals. Dr. McCall offers live with Q&A and pre-recorded webinars on a wide variety of mental health topics, giving you the guidance you need to help those coping with mental illness. Register for the webinars, www.insightme.com, and get the support you need today.
Hey everybody, my name is LyNea Bell, aka LB. I am the founder of GotCon.com. Everybody asks me, why did you create a search engine to help you take back your privacy? We're private based, so you can search privately all the time. There is no personalized search results, no third-party tracking, no IP address or user sessions. We don't even sell your personal information. The big guys do. They treat these AI characteristics so they can sell those things to third parties. GotCon does not do that. We want to make sure that you get relevant data, fast data, correct data. That will always be our goal, to make sure your information is always protected.
One thing we as a people must always remember is that the children are our future and how truly beautiful they are. Sharifah Hardie is here to do just that. She is here to remind us of the beauty in each of us, especially our young people. But we can't just remind our young people of how beautiful they are on the outside. We must teach them how beautiful they are on the inside, and that they too can make a difference in this world. We must provide our young people with more opportunities, such as career training, better education, access to mentors, and the belief that a new day is coming. In fact, that new day is almost here. 2024 will see that new day dawn with Sharifah Hardie as Senator of California, District 33. Make a difference today by donating to the Sharifah Hardie for Senate District 33 campaign at www.sharifahhardieforsenate.com.
My dresses might not fit me like the girls on IG, but I recognize that real is real. See, I know
you got to recognize that real is real, and that's what we're doing today here on the Roundtable Talk Show, talking about Cat Williams, and we're discussing the truth. Dr. McCall, you were pondering what you come up with.
You know, I almost forgot watching all those fabulous commercials. The piece about truth and our amendments, and it's our freedom of speech and things like that. And it's this truth is always a slippery slope. It's like whose truth it is, depending on the person's perspective. So even, Trump going and having the, ability to go and be like, I'm going to go and create my whole own website and speak my truth here. Right. Whereas the masses, it's not. So, I think there should be some censorship and some filters that happen, because again, there is a bit of perspective on truth, like someone else's truth. This is from their perspective. This is how the situation happened. This is what happened. Not to say they're liars, but perception is so powerful, even psychologically, that some people believe like this is what's happening and have a difficult time seeing what is also happening from the other person's perspective. That, truth can be, dangerous in that sense, where everyone believes their own, or they're more inclined to believe the truth or the story from someone they prefer or that they like over someone that's not their preference. That's what
I definitely agree with that, because I think one of my favorite words is semantics. and verbiage. I'm big on words, you know. So I think what happens is we substitute the truth for facts. So whenever, especially in LB, especially will tell you, she'll tell me a story because we always tell each other stories. Oh, girl, let me tell you what happened. And then she'll be like, and this happened. And I'll be like, wait, hold up. You're going too fast. Like, I need the details, the specifics, so I can follow along. So what tends to happen is in our truth, we just kind of see or watch or hear what happens. And then we come to a conclusion and we interpret the facts based on our belief system, as opposed to on Sunday. I mean, because the truth is the Roundtable Talk Show airs live Wednesdays at 12 noon p.m. with host Dr. Picolya McCall, Sharifah Hardie, and LyNea Bell. Like, that's the truth. Those are the facts. However, anybody else interprets anything else, okay, but what are the facts? And I think that's where a lot of people mess up in this whole conversation. That's just me. Okay, and while LB's over there being quiet, did you guys notice how we just so happened to wear shirts that said blessed today? We did not coordinate this in any form of fashion. We were just like, we're feeling blessed today.
Nah, y'all didn't tell me about y'all plan.
No, we
she ignored what I said.
Mine says nothing. Okay.
But, you know, so that's the infinite openness of possibility, right? So when we saw it, I said to LB, I said, and what if Dr. McCall comes with a shirt that says, and highly favored? I was like, oh my God, that's what we're going to do.
I'm in here highly favored. So
there you go. There you go.
No shirt needed. I am highly favored. Thank you
for
allowing me here in this space right now. I appreciate you guys. No, seriously. Oh my gosh.
But yeah, I am a true, I'm a fact person. I'm a timeline, fact, break it down, and then now let's explain. Don't start from the middle. Let's go to the beginning and let's get an understanding of how this spin. Because even with the news, everything's a spin, and so you have to you have to trust and believe in the truth sayer or where you're getting your facts from. Because all facts, just with anything, the story behind the spin can change that very interpretation of the very thing. And you just kind of went over that, right? So yeah, I'm totally with you on that. Because especially in the entertainment industry, you hear so much. I'm like, hold on, let me read for myself. Let me see what this is. Where did you get this information? What supported this? So we're all on the same page. And so I don't and take some information that's misleading, misinformation, because that's the last thing that I hate, having those moments where it's misunderstood. So I'm all about clarity. Let's please explain. Let's clarify misunderstandings or potential, if you will.
Yes. Or I had somebody say to me the other day, they were relaying a story to me or relaying something that happened, and it sounds really unbelievable. But this person, I really trusted them. I really, they never lied to me. So I had to ask them. I said, wait a minute. Did you witness this yourself, or is this a story of someone else's that you're relaying to me? So sometimes we accept as fact, or we accept as truth something we heard, something someone else told them. And I give you a prime example, because I tell people, first of all, Sharifah in Arabic means honest or of honor. So I'm very, I consider myself a truth speaker for sure. Sometimes too much for some people. They can't handle the truth. But what I like to do is just trust my facts and make sure we all on the same page, because I think that's the only way to get anywhere.
Yeah, you and I used to have a joke, but like, what page you on? Let's go to 20. Hold on, let's go to 27, and we'd be like, let's go. Wait, no, go back to page 4. Let's start here. And we used to laugh about that, because again, it was having an understanding and quote unquote, what page are you on? So we're both reading from the same text and having the same understanding or clarity. What did make sense? What did make sense? So we can move forward together.
Yes. And I think we still do. We not just as, how jokes get. You don't say it as often, but you know what I mean? I think I said that the other day. I'm on page 32. Whatever page, it don't matter. Pick a page. But in order for us to move forward as a unit, we have to be on the same page.
Right.
And then we're gonna get on page 32, and then we're gonna get Dr. McCall on page 71, because she on her own little. No, why you over there, Dr. McCall? Come on over here with us.
I'm coming. I'm on my way. Got to get me a shirt first, then I'll come hang out with the cool, blessed kids.
Yes.
Isn't that what Cat Williams said? That part blew me away too. He said, I am favorite. If I look at it and I want it, I get it. I was like, ooh, that's a manifestation for you. I don't even want to look at another man's wife. Wow. I said, tell him, Cat. But he also talked about ticket sales, which is what I love and what I love about this conversation, because it's the whole old adage. There's nothing new under the sun, but it doesn't matter what you say about me as long as you talk it and as long as we sell tickets. Mm-hmm. And they gonna come see Cat Williams.
Yeah.
So what we gonna talk about? How we gonna get these people? How we gonna sell these tickets? Because we got an event coming up on Thursday in Gardena, January 11th at 6 p.m. What we got to say to the people to get the people to get out their houses, get in their cars, and get to Gardena?
Well, let's take them back. Let's take them back to the 7th.
Right. They got to know about how the event went on the 7th. Our launch, the mixers, beautiful, bringing together like all Black everything with Black businesses working together. And this was in Long Beach. So yeah, everybody loves Long Beach, right? The city.
Of course, they got to.
And it was such a beautiful turnout. And again, in that room, everybody left with stronger connections, resources, and knowing they have a place to go every month, whether it's the city that Long Beach or finding out that we have multiple chapters in cities that are even closer to you or closer to your family members. So many people were there like, oh my gosh, I'm coming back. I'm super happy this is here. Even people from before, they're like, oh, hello, Hardie, you have made a name for yourself on the circuit. So everyone says, going into any room with any event that you do, they are leaving making money. So they want to come back. And that's what every business wants. And especially knowing something is going to be consistently there for them every month to come and announce your business, what you're doing, what you need. And we leave that space for people to come and do that. So we can make connections. We have great food, everything is FUBU for us, by us. And I thought that was super beautiful. And it's a huge connection that we need, and businesses don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to like shop and walk the streets, or you have a one-stop shop place where there's so many powerful people in that room with so many connections that you just have to be there, and your business is going to take off.
What I walked away from there, in addition to everything you said, because that was beautiful, was the empowerment and the support of the businesses, because it was everybody being supported, at least getting engaged, and then the information that they got to take away in building those relationships. That right there, that was huge for me. Even with my 21-year-old coming, and him getting involved, or his the mindset, because it starts with the youth as well, that they start growing into what that looks like for future. And you don't see that often, or you do, but as we're creating it, but to be in that environment, that was so huge. It was absolutely awesome.
I experienced what you experienced, Dr. McCall. LB, I experienced what you experienced, but I experienced all of that on Sunday. What really hit me emotionally hit me on Monday, where it literally brought tears to my eyes. It taught me about money mindset and how we think about money. And it made me understand how truly loved I am and how truly loved we are. Because on Sunday, when we were there all day, we gave up, sacrificed everything. All of us, all three, we were there all day, and other people, they came, they went, and we were like, no, we got to help the people. We're going to be here all day. And I was just on the go. I was up and down. I was moving. And then LB, you were handling the memberships, and you would come over and you would say, we just got a new member. And I say, good. Then you say, we just got a new member, and good. And we did this 7 times. Right. So I knew we had 7 new members, but because I was moving so much and just on the go, I never counted the money. Let me just make it short. I never counted the money. So in my money mindset, I said, okay, well, our basic membership package, our bronze membership package is $35 a month. We got 7 new members. Bam. 35 times 7. We had a good day. It doesn't matter how we started out. You know, the most important thing is to help the people. And that's why I'm running for Senate. I keep telling people it's not about me. None of this has anything to do with me. It's about how do we help people? How do we help businesses? But then on Monday morning, when I went into the back end of the system and I saw like the membership packages and how many people had purchased the annual membership, I was like, okay, the people want this. That this is what they want. And if somebody wants something, they support it. So I was just like, y'all don't even know. Y'all wasn't even there. I was so emotional about the support that the community was willing to give us.
Mm-hmm.
And usually when people say, Sharifah, I support you, I say, thank you. I appreciate your support, but I need the physical manifestation of your support. And so when I saw the physical manifestation from the new members, the 7 new members who joined, I mean, famo.net joined, the Everett from PHP joined, Saud Akil joined, Marcel, who's the printer, joined. We had so many new people who joined that but they joined not only to support their business, but to support the 3 of us.
Yeah. I love it. We had a lot of support. That's what I felt is a lot of
family. All your family came out. You brought the whole village. Was there anyone left in the village?
No. There's a couple people here and there, but that's I think it's important. Again, with being the Black Business Co-op, like my family is Black, so even if they just come to show their face to like do the walkthrough to support me, they're in that regard. That's what's so loving, is to be like, we love you. Like, we're coming. Like, we may not have a business, but we're going to go to this event because we want to shop here. You know, as we know, we're trying to strengthen our community. And as Dr. Rosie was saying, you know, just recycling that dollar within our community, that's how it has to happen. Even if it's just my sister, my cousin, my brother, you know, and then it turns out LB knows my cousin and blah, blah, blah. Right. So it's like, oh, it becomes, you find out there's so many people in the room that, you know, there's 6 degrees of separation, that now it's like, oh, I want to come, or, oh, I'm going to go tell, you know, one of my friends, or, oh, you know, I'm coming again. Where's the one that's closest to me? Like, that's how everyone was like, it was such a nice event. It was so cool to see like everybody coming together. We're so proud of your work, you know, finding 3 Black women that are going to work together from different facets. Like, we're sending out so many other messages other than just what's our passion that connects us, and connecting Black businesses and elevating our community, that again, it's showing like 3 Black women can definitely work together, you know what I mean, and build something so huge, and, you know, not be fighting over it. Right. It's just beautiful.
Right.
It's so many other things that are happening that.
Yes, and Dr. Rosie Milligan is one of our newest members as well. Dr. Rosie did an excellent job. But one of the things that she said that is what you were saying right now, Dr. McCall, and I just love it. I love Dr. Rosie's energy, but Dr. Rosie kept saying it, and she had us, you know, she was very interactive with the audience, and she said, peace up. And as soon as I heard Dr. Rosie say peace up, I immediately thought of LB and Dr. McCall, because I was like, we did it. You know, we came together and we said, you know what, I got this, you got this. And we're very clear because we know what our piece is. We piece up, you know, we pieced up to found and create an actual company, a corporation, and said, let's work together to make it thrive. And that's part of it. How do we work together? So yes, I'm just grateful and honored and excited. The next one is Sunday, February 4th. I'm going to be there all day, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. I don't know who else is going to be at the party, but I know I'm going to be there. Current Hotel, they are giving us love. They've given us one Sunday a month, all 2024. So just like it is January, what's today? January 10th? January 10th. This is just the beginning of the Roundtable Talk Show, the beginning of the Black Business Co-op, the beginning for 2024.
I'm excited. I'll be there with you all day.
I'll be there.
You know, come out, listen to some music with us, laugh with us. I am actually going to be making sure I advertise as far as my services and being there for, you know, families and individuals who just want to be able to pop in. And, you know, having a therapist anywhere around you, that sometimes you just may need to have a question. And people know right now, trying to get a therapist, a psychologist, a psychiatrist, there's 6 months waiting list. And it's a way that I'm going to be offering, like, here is where I will be every single month. So that way you have access to someone within your community, even if you just have a simple question, or if you have certain concerns, someone that is just objective to respond to you and hear you out and then guide you in the right direction. So I think that's something that's amazing with having the Black Business CoOp and me being a part of it. And somewhere I am every month, I get to tell, my people, like, hey, if you just have this question, this is where I'm going to be. Come sit down, come, talk to me. And if no one's there, like, you have an hour or 2 hours to sit there and just chit chat with me and pick my brain, or, just get some help. So I think that's a really good thing for us, having that in that space of, like, mental health is very important in our community. So even just having someone that's going to be in the room to offer those types of services, or just willingness to listen without charge, like you just being in there, I think it's a good thing. So tell your people, the therapist will be in the building.
I'm so inspired. Okay, so Reef sent me a text, and I was like, elaborate. She was like, ooh, should we let folks know, because of the agency, talent agencies. And it's hard to, we get a lot of people that don't know what to do as far as getting into the entertainment or looking for an agent. And hearing you, yes, as an agent, if you bring your headshots or your resume, I'll answer questions for you. So thank you. Because I was like, ooh, that's a lot of work. They're gonna get it on my calendar. But I'll be there for the Long Beach in Hollywood. Will be starting soon. But I'll be there to answer your questions. So bring your headshots, bring your kids, bring yourself. But come prepared. That's what I'm gonna say. Bring your headshot and resume. What is it that you want me to see? And then I'll answer any questions I can for you.
Beautiful.
Yes, I had to send you a text, LB, because I'm observant. I try to see what was going on, and I'm there all day talking to the people, and then all of a sudden they hear that there's a talent agent in the building, and all of a sudden I'm like, where they go? And they over there in a line waiting to talk to LB, and I'm like, wait a minute, like, okay, hold on, I thought we was talking about this, and now the people they just be all over the place. But it was fun. It was fun. I had a lot of fun. So the fact that, and this is why I tell people, because some people said, Sharifah, why is it all day? And I'm like, because that's where I'm going to be that day. You know what I mean? So if they want to meet me, talk to me about anything that's going on, I'm giving you all day. Because, and the reason I say that is because after any event I do, people always say, oh, I would have went because. Okay, well, guess what? February 4th, you now have an opportunity to sit down and talk to us. And if February 4th is way too far and too long from now, we do have the mixer this Thursday, January 11th, tomorrow, 6 p.m. in Gardena. It is not all day. It's only 2 hours. Or actually, it's more than enough time. But, we'll be there. Come by, say hi. If you're a Black business owner, the most important thing to me is that you introduce yourself. Let us know who you are and what you do. If we don't know who you are and what you do, how can we help you?
Right. Also, and then after that, we have Redondo Beach, correct?
Yeah. Yes. You got so much on the calendar. And what are your thoughts on Hollywood? That's what you just kind of slip that in there. I don't like slipping.
Hollywood's going to be up and running.
Hollywood, we're looking at sometime in February. So we'll keep posted. I'll get that finalized. We do have a location out here, but I just have not set the dates yet. So yes, we will be meeting.
Okay, but what I need to know is your Hollywood mixture going to be Hollywood? Like, is it going to be Hollywood? Like, is it going to be like when I walk in the room, I need my stunner shades? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
We're still in the planning. I say come as you are. This is a business. So first of all, this is a business. So come business prepared. You want relationships. We're building relationships. How you present yourself is that's your impression, right? So present yourself as a business, especially if you want to do other business, right? So let's start there.
You see how she politely said, "Don't waste my time." You see how she spun that whole. See, that was the spin of the truth. Because the truth is, what she really said is, I ain't got time to play with you. if you ain't serious about your career and you just trying to live a dream and you ain't never been on television, nobody ain't never seen you, don't have no resume, no credits, and the only thing you've ever done is sing in your shower, that's not, am I interpreting the story I heard wrong?
That was her perception. That was her perception. People don't know what the
perception.
But it's a business. Come prepared, right? You're not going to walk into a job interview of any sort with no resume, no nothing, and be like, just hire me, right? Come knowing stuff. Well, Sharifah would, but she knows her stuff. She knows who she is, right? And then too, go to blackbusinesscoop.org. Sign up. One of the cool things with membership is you can go to any one of the chapters from moving forward, and you get in for free instead of paying the $20. Make that monthly membership work for you across the board, because the goal is to get you connected globally, right? We're taking this globally, but the goal is to equip you where you are so you can start generating the business that you or get the resources to start doing what it is that you want to do.
Right. Yes, and just add to that, thank you for bringing that up with the chapters. Someone asked me on Sunday, and they said, I have this type of business. How can the Black Business Co-op benefit me? She was like, I don't think, even though I do have a business, my business doesn't, really need this. And I said, first of all, number one, you are a business. Every business is in business to make money. I don't know a business that's not in business to make money, because to me, that would be volunteering. But that's just me and how I'm interpreting, and that's my perception of this whole thing. So if you in business, how can we help you make money? But you first of all have to figure out what your revenue stream is, what your product is, what your service is that allows you to make money. Once you discover that, then what we do is we're a referral system. We are an online searchable database of services, and you can type in your keywords of what you're looking for. So if you have a business that has products or service, there are people who are looking for whatever it is that you have. And people call me all the time. I get so tired sometimes of my phone ringing because people are like, do you know this? Do you know a Black gardener? Do you know a Black? Okay. And so we're going to refer and push businesses to you. But unless there's a profile in the directory where I can say, okay, we'll go in there and type in Dr. McCall, and you boop boop and cite me, it comes up. They say, okay, there's her website, there's her social media, that's who she is, that's what she does, which gives you some information. Now there's something I can refer to people. So we're just here to do good, even though, again, we are here to help businesses make money, but we're making money in the process of doing a lot of good.
Yay.
I love the network aspect of it, right? The network, because again, it becomes a matter of here, this is a trusted site. This is a trusted area. These people worked or know someone that just like how you talked about the 6 degrees of separation, right? Mm-hmm. They're a connected group that they can feel safe or a part of a community that they can get resources for, because people will leave comments as well on the site, right? On the site,
reviews.
Right? But at least it's a trusted network as opposed to something out the blue.
Right. I think that's wonderful. I'm so excited. I'm excited about the Black Business Co-op. I'm excited about the run for Senate. It's Thursday. Again, if you want the address and the information, it is on our website at blackbusinesscoop.org. Just click on events and it give you all the information. January 11th in Gardena, January 26th in Redondo Beach. As of right now, we're coming back to Long Beach February 4th, and we're adding Hollywood, God willing, to the lineup of events in February. Now, we are coming down to the last few minutes of the show, and what I love to do at the end of every show is just, give the audience a few words to let them know what you want them to take away from the show today. Dr. McCall, what do you have for the people?
My few words to take away from today is show up. Come and visit us. Come see what the Black Business Co-op has in store. What are we building? How you can be a part of it, and bring your businesses out, bring your family out. And if you just want some good old-fashioned community and good vibes and good people, good conversation, resources, we are that one-stop shop.
Yes, thank you. LB, what do you have for everyone?
Same thing. Come out, support, but get supported. That's what I say. You know, in everything I always say, do you, be you, and shine. Well, come shine in a group or in a community so we can see your light as well.
That's beautiful. And I think we've added to that. Come out and shine your light in the community. That sounds like a post to me. Do you, be you, and shine your light in the community. Yes. So again, if you, for whatever reason, if you are just now tuning into the Roundtable Talk Show, you have missed the entire show, the show in its entirety. But again, that's the beauty of the internet. You can watch it from the beginning. You can get everything you missed. And most importantly, you can go ahead and share it with your friends. We thank you for tuning in. You can watch all of the previous episodes on our website at the Roundtable Talk Show. Until next Wednesday at 12 noon, everyone have a safe and a blessed week. Bye now.
Is this for the end where we do the bloopers and we talk about the stuff?